Just sitting here. How about yourself, Nubs? Sorry I didn't see you earlier. Uh, so how you doing today, Nubs? Are you still in the room? It says there's nobody here. Hey, Manel, how are you doing this morning? I think I think Nubs left. No, I don't drink. Why you ask if I'm hungover or you hungover? Chill. Oh, I'm sorry. Hello.
How you doing? Hello. Maybe we don't want to look at each other's faces. I'm a bit grungy. Look,
It's fine.
that's what having to go to the bank manager does to you, and then having a bit of vodka because you're like another year on, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I'm an even older git now than I was before.
you looking good to me.
No, no. It's like I could really do without seeing myself here because then I don't care. You know what I mean? But
So,
anyway.
were you asking
How,
me if I was hungover?
no, I'm hungover.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
no
and then
good.
I've got my cat here that because I've got to keep him in the room with me, and so because I can't give him dry food, he
Yeah,
wants feeding like sort of every 3 to 4 hours, roughly. You know, I mean, he's not a kitten, but he might as well be. Do you know what I mean? It's a dog. But I don't know. They gave this cat freaking methadone, so I think they brain damaged my cat at
yeah,
the vets.
oh,
Not happy about that.
yeah. I can imagine.
It's
Yeah,
£1,200 brain damage. That's what they've done to my animal. He
yeah,
was lovely. He never attacked me before. Now it's like, I mean, he's. I was playing with him. He likes, these little tie things that you get from electrical equipment. See that?
yeah, right,
Favorite toy of his. He goes absolutely bonkers for it.
yeah,
Trouble is, he misses sometimes, and then he gets your hand.
right. I'm
Hey,
just,
if you, sorry.
no, it's all right. I was just gonna say, I'm just hoping my damn computer hangs in there until I can get some money to put this other one. My son gave me some parts, but I need about $300 or $400 worth of more parts to
Oh,
finish
damn, that's a lot.
to make a brand new computer. But I don't think the one I have is going to last long enough. I don't know. I've tried doing stuff to it, and it just doesn't seem
Mm.
to. It's just too old. It's like 15 years old.
Right. Yeah, no, I get you. Well, I mean, I've got computers sitting around, and I actually have I'm not sure I brought it with me when I moved up here because I literally lost half my life down in Northamptonshire when I had to come up here. It's
Yeah.
horrible. But I used to have, you may know them, and they made a tough book version of these. They're the old Panasonic computer. Do
Yeah.
you remember them?
Yeah.
They were quite compact. I mean, they weren't tiny, but they were just a little bit bigger than like a tablet is now, but like thick. Do you know what I mean? They were like quite thick.
Yeah.
But and in fact, no, the funny thing is, my first phone was a Panasonic, and I went for years. I went with Panasonic because their components were like really good, and you
Yeah.
got really good sound. Whether it was like sound systems or speakers, or if you couldn't afford like the what are they called, DAT and stuff like that. You know, all these really expensive and was it Hunziger? I don't know, I can't remember. But there's all these like really expensive sound components and tech that are all to do with sound components. This is before washing machines were introduced to the world of the tech. You know, when washing machines, you could actually muck about with them like cars because it was just simple components, wasn't it? You remember
Right.
that time, Larry?
Yeah.
So yeah. So it's like I refuse to get another mobile phone unless I get an old Samsung Galaxy 3 because they're brilliant. They're
Yeah.
really good. They do what they need to do. So yeah, do you want to hear my scary thing that I had to go and talk to the bank manager about?
Sure.
Wow, she's amazing. Right, so I'm changing banks, no names mentioned. I've been left with an over £9,000 power bill by and I love my folks, you know, but
How do they let it? How does it get to be that much? That doesn't seem right. Seems
wow.
like they would have turned you off of way before that.
No, they were old, and that I've been in touch with the company, so you know they know that I'm having to deal with stuff. They've both died. You know, this is not a new thing. We all know this, but nonetheless, it doesn't change the fact that I'm. You know, it's like this house is like an archaeological dig. You know, there's like layers of geology going on here. So, same as when you do an archaeological dig, you're going to find rubbish in between the good stuff. And this is literally what this house. Every room. And they, because Dad was ill in 2016 and it took him a long time to kind of recoup. And then, so she was his carer. And then she went, and then so he became her carer, and he was holding on by like a string. And so everything just went to pot. And they didn't really do anything to the house, you know, to make it good. So there's like gaps in windows. And so I'm heating the sky, mate. That's why the bill's so high.
Yeah.
And they used to keep all the lights on, you know, wherever they could walk, all the lights would be on. So, I mean, I don't tend to do that. And I carry one of these. These are great, actually. The little Larry torches.
Yeah.
Seen one of these? Well, you get
Yeah.
different versions, but they're pretty good. You know, you shove a couple of little AAAs in it and it goes forever. You know, and you got a warning light and all that stuff. But it was quite disturbing. But what that bank manageress did for me was she mediated with the lawyers because they were pressuring me. And I said, stop emailing me. Don't call me. I've got stuff to deal with. I will call you. So she spoke to them and she's like, she needs to do a bereavement service because they don't charge. This bank doesn't charge for this. So that she's giving bereavement services without taking any money. Absolutely brilliant. Honestly, I swear.
Yeah. You know how you pay for that bill real quick and easy, like, right?
Tell me.
You look underneath the mattress, of course.
Well, no, here's a not so nice.
You remember the old saying that
no,
they say the old people always hid their money in the mattress? So
Larry, my mum, and there's going to be old notes in just my mother's bedroom, right? Because she was really on that kind of stuff. And I've already found some. And my sister actually said this to me. Remember, Mum used to iron notes. My mum actually used to iron notes. She'd wash them and iron them. You can't make this up. So yeah, there is money, but I mean, I live in a house full of antiques, and I've got my own antiques. Yeah, no, we're old school. Seriously, do you want to see some of these antiques? Right, hang on a minute. I'll show you something. This will freak you right out. Wait a second. I'm going to show you. Right, I'm going to try and avoid all the muck and just show you just that dresser. Can you see the dresser?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh man, and you can't even see all the carvings and stuff.
I can
Right?
kind of see it, but yeah, it looks
You can
cool.
imagine it, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, it's absolutely. Look, we've got some serious stuff in here. It's like. So I'm the lawyer, and here's another reason. And again, no names mentioned, but when I was here in 2012 and 2013, I actually came up in 2011 and lived here because I've lived here for years. Oh, sorry, lived here for years through like the last 30 years, and the lawyer that my parents use, I was in a really abusive relationship. And this guy was trying to make me sleep with his friends and weird, nasty, just horrible. And so I went to the local police. It is Fife, so but I'm not gonna because Fife's a big county, so I'm not gonna tell you where it is. It was within the Fife police, basically. They would not help me because he had a girlfriend within the police, so they wouldn't help me.
Yeah.
And then I went to my parents' lawyer because my parents went, well, we need to sort this out. You know, so they went, yeah, so he'll do it. They wouldn't help me. So my trust level has gone from there to nowhere.
Yeah.
That's what happens when, when they abuse their trust. And the guy that abused me, he was in the military. And I mean, quite a dark aspect of the military. He was like in the sort of SAS aspect where you sniper people, basically. So they had to sit in fields for days to get just this one guy or this one girl.
Yeah.
So he was a very disturbed guy, and really, it's not my problem. Threatened to kill my cat. That was nice, wasn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, that was a wow. But yeah, so it's very difficult to, and you shouldn't really trust these establishments. Some are more corrupt than others. But then going back to where I was attacked, the police were amazing, so, I mean, I don't know. I haven't actually had a lot of bad experiences with the police, to be honest. They've always been very forthcoming and very caring. And so, but I do get it because I've seen it. I've seen the brutality, but it just wasn't perpetrated upon me.
Right.
So, I'm aware that, and even in Britain, and sometimes you just need to stay away from the cities, guys and girls. Stay away from those cities because that's where it happens.
Yeah. Well, I know all about the police doing shit they shouldn't do. When I was 18, just turned 18, they tried to get me to say that I held up this Kentucky Fried Chicken, and they took me up in the mountains and drug me through the woods with handcuffs and beat the shit out of me and tried to get me confessed to something I didn't do.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
That was in the 70s, though, so things were
Yeah,
different.
but come on. I was in the 70s. But you know this, in the 70s, because it was after the era of love. Do you know what I mean? So people were they started wising up again. And my mum used to go and do demonstrations, and I was small. And she wouldn't come home. I was left on my own. She was out around nuclear plants fucking demoing. Excuse my French. I hope there's no little ones in the chat. Forgive my potty mouth again. But you know what I mean? It's like, no, I mean, imagine being left alone as a 7-year-old, and you've already been sort of removed from your father. And I was really close to my dad. Really, really close. So, no, not just removed, but to another country.
Wow.
So yeah, there's a lot of, I think everyone has got so much trauma. I just went and listened to Jeffrey's girlfriend's stream that she did, during the night. Well, it would have been your day, but it's a kind of a ladies' place. It's
Uh,
more a ladies' place, and it's really, you know who I mean. You know who it is.
yeah, I didn't see it though.
Well, maybe go and listen to it with Anna, because it's honestly there's good stuff in there. But
Yeah.
she's definitely, and all three ladies are a breath of fresh air in their own right. You know, this is the thing. You can't agree with everyone 100%, but it doesn't mean that you don't take golden nuggets. Golden nuggets is in everything you experience, whatever
We
it
had
is. Even
somebody in the room for a second, but now they left.
Nubs was there, yeah.
Well, he was here earlier, and I was doing stuff, and I didn't answer him, and I guess he left, and he didn't come back. I guess I don't know.
Oh. Well, no, it's we can't spend all our life online, can we? There's real life going on, and that's not.
Oh, yeah.
This is no disrespect to anyone that's on the other end of at their console, as it were. The
Yeah.
real life
No,
is
I
still
know
going.
what you're
We're all real. It's just that that they've made us do this communication in this weird way, and they're really conditioning folk into this communicating. Just communicate over the internet. Don't go outside.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hello, who's
Go
in the room?
outside.
Say hi. You gonna say hi to us, or you just gonna sit there and watch us?
Come and say hi.
So, what you got planned for the day?
Well, like I said, I saw, and I'm not trying to be depressing, but I saw the bank manageress yesterday. Actually, everyone that's with all who I've communicated with so far have been pretty good, like the council and that. It's ridiculous. They're just cleaning out. What they're doing is they're literally cleaning out the money out of my mum and dad's bank account. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
So what I have to deal with now is, because I've got the lawyers on Wednesday afternoon. Yeah. So is there anyone there? Or is it just you and me? I don't mind. It's fine. I'll chat with you.
There's somebody in the room, but they're not talking.
Oh. Hello, somebody.
Is my
somebody.
mic loud enough, or do I need to be louder?
No, your mic's beautiful. It's just perfect.
All right. I'll be right back. I gotta go use the restroom.
All right, me too. I'll see you in a bit.
Hello, Justin.
Hello, Justin.
Justin Enslaved. That sounds kind of suspicious.
Ooh. Better come up and speak, Justin, because you're only Justin.
Come on, get down. I'm back.
I'm here. Yeah, push. I'll show you little Tobin. Actually, if he eats anymore, he's going to be a fat cat. He's really solid. He's seriously solid. And look, oh yeah, everybody loves Tobin. Oh yes, he doesn't like being held, so this is for him. This is like excruciating.
Yeah.
Come on up, Larry. Don't make me sit here by myself. Thank you. He's a proper chunk though. He's got everything. I've never let them take anything off him, but you know. He did get because he came from a rescue centre in the village I lived in before I came up here.
Yeah.
Well, they believed in putting needles into animals that they don't actually need. So I don't know, you know, he was fine until obviously he had stress with all the move because we're like 400 miles away from where I live. But yeah, a lot of stress for animals. But no, we've been up and down here for like a few years, so I've brought them up before. But we were only here for a few days, and I was at my friend's house, who's got space, you know, where the dogs can go and be in the garden, and you know, the cat can roam around the house because he's not an outdoor cat. He just is not interested, and I can't force him, and I won't.
Yeah.
You know, I've had him for like 6 years, and in those 6 years, I've tried a number of times to take him outside, and he's like, "Nope, I'm not doing it."
Yeah.
That's interesting for a cat without being castrated.
Well, it's funny because before I got the kittens I have now, I got another cat, and it looked really a lot like these ones do, but it was a male.
Mm-hmm.
And for I don't know, I had it like 2 or 3 months, and it was like really super scared to go outside too. And then one day it got outside, you know, by accident or whatever, and it smelled pussy and food, and it never came back.
Well, ironically, and this, okay, I get that. I totally get that. And that is actually a natural thing. That's how it should be. But this cat,
Yeah, I think the only reason, like I said, mostly he didn't come back because we got a neighbor that feeds all the cats. So, like I said, it had pussy and food. Had pussy and food. Didn't need anything else. He's like, I got all
food will do it every time for a male, wouldn't it?
I think I seen him yesterday. I had to go get a package from a neighbor yesterday. I guess number 1 looks like number 6. I guess they look the same or something. But anyway, I went to go get the package, and the lady's like, I think that's your cat. And I looked at him, and he did kind of look like him, but he's huge now compared to what he was. Mm-hmm. And I pet him, and she's like, that's funny. She said he must recognize your voice because he won't let anybody pet him, but you're the first one that's pet him. And when I first started to pet him, he kind of hissed at me, and then I talked to a little more, and then he let me pet him. And
yeah,
stuff. He's all beat up. He's got one eye that's kind of closed, and
oh no, he needs some care, doesn't he?
All the other well, there's just tons of cats around here. People let the cats run wild because we got a lot of mice and rat problems. So,
oh no, that's good. Cats will deal with that every time. But so this is the weird thing where I lived before, because he's only ever lived in one house since he came to me. But we had cats because I used to leave the kitchen window open. It's rural. It's all green around there, all hills and fields and woods and whatnot where I lived in Northamptonshire. So You know, no one's gonna. I had access through someone else's yard, so for them to come into my yard, and my neighbour's back light would come on if there was any movement, cat or anything. So
Yeah.
I used to leave the back window open, and there'd be females coming in, and he weren't interested. He wasn't interested. It was like he was. I mean, they hissed at each other, but they never attacked each other, which was kind of
Yeah.
interesting. And I'm a really light sleeper, so I would hear any commotion in the house, and I'd be down, and I'd see this cat sitting on my drainer, and my cat going, and then I'd go, right, ta-da, you know, and off the other cat would go, and I'd pull the window to a bit, and then we'd all go back to sleep. You know, so it was a nothing burger. So, and same with dogs and cats, because I've lived with dogs and cats, and they all get on. You know, if you give them time, and I'm trying to get, these two cats don't get on. They really, because they're so different. One really wants to go out, the other one doesn't want to go out, and one's been left on his own for like years. My mum and dad's cat, and my cat has always had like the dogs and me and other people, and even though he didn't really like other people, he absolutely detested strangers. This Tobin, but he's not so bad now. But you know, he's when if they're under stress, they tend to sort of accept things that they wouldn't normally accept, and this is what I've experienced with pretty much all animals. I've kept fish and hamsters and turtles and finches and budgies and dogs and cats and horses I haven't kept, but I've ridden them bareback. One of the best things of my life, riding a horse bareback, where the horse trusts you and you trust the horse. No harnesses. You're on that horse, and you just do a little tap on one side, and it goes that way, and you tap on the other side, and it goes that way. And I'm talking big horses, and I was a little girl. I'd have been about 8. So, and I got thrown, and they trampled me, and I got back on. So there you go.
Yeah.
Reconnecting with nature is so essential.
Yeah.
Even if you're in a city, wherever you can find nature, reconnect with it. It doesn't matter if it's a flower on the sidewalk. That I'm just speaking from my perspective here, by the way. So, you know. Has everyone buggered off? Probably.
I think so.
Oh, well.
Yeah, there's 0 people in the chat.
Oh, well. Not to worry. So this was the guy that I went to see on the 5th in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
There was the seating was terrible. Beautiful theatre, seating was hideous. And this is the whole troupe, but they had a whole chamber, small chamber orchestra, and there were a few other dancers. And well, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but you know, I grew up with Spanish classical, and I love it. My dad was playing it to my mum's tummy before I actually popped out, so it would have an effect, I think.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Toby? So what are you going to do today?
Oh, I don't know. I got a really bad toothache. I got to figure out how to get some penicillin or something, but I can't afford to go to a doctor or nothing, so I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do.
May I give a little advice that you can deal with just in the meanwhile to just ease it? Have you got a soft toothbrush, a really soft one?
Yeah.
Right. Clean? New? Nice clean new toothbrush. if it's not clean and new, rinse it under boiling water and reshape the hairs on it. You just have to pinch them while it's hot, and because they're plastic. Have you got salt?
Yeah.
So you got hot water, you got salt, and you got a toothbrush you can use.
Yeah.
Don't use any toothpaste. You need to rinse with salt water. It's one of the best antiseptics because you need to get the poison out. Yes, I know, but honestly, I've been through this. I've had a lot of disturbances with my teeth through bad dentistry, and I've had to deal with it without spending money. So salt, doesn't matter what salt it is, dissolve it in hot water and then bring it to the temperature that you can handle in your mouth without it. It's got to be as hot as you can handle.
Yeah.
And you rinse, you just flush it backwards and forwards in your mouth.
Right. Yeah, I've been doing that.
Right, and make sure your toothbrush is clean, and then you only use that salted water. So you put the water in your mouth and then you brush, but away from the gum, towards the tip of the tooth. Always away from the gum, not up towards the gum. Away. Really,
Right.
because if you do it towards the gum, you're just pushing whatever's there. It could be just a food fragment.
Right.
I've been through this. I'm telling you from experience, and this is really important.
No, I know what you're saying is true.
Okay, cool. I'm just trying to help because I know what tooth.
No, I know. No, I
Oh,
know what you. Like I said, I know what you're saying is true.
mm-hmm. All right, darling. I'm gonna wish you a good day.
You gonna take off, huh?
Yeah, I've got to get on with stuff, and it's
All right.
already
Well,
been
take care, and hopefully we'll
hard to
talk to
get
you
up.
later.
It's been hard to get up off my bottom.
Yeah. Right on. Well, you have a
All
good
right,
day.
you too.
All right. Bye
Take
bye.
care. All right, bye.
You also. Bye bye. Okay. Well, nobody's gonna come. I'm gonna get out of here. Fucking bullshit.